we're getting the hooks further into the plot, more things getting stirred up, and luckily for me, when it comes to which characters we're going to be seeing kind of up on stage right now in Undead Unluck, we have the robot like mech suit wearing girl. I'm assuming from Russia, Tatiana. This was the one that I think out of all the ones besides the gun dude that I wanted to see, just because I found him the most intriguing. Like the gun dude just looks badass in general. I mean, they really gonna deny some badass looking dude with slick back hair and shade, and he's got like multiple revolvers. No, the dude clearly is cool. At least off of the bat. Who knows? Maybe he's not actually cool. He just has a really cool design. We'll see. Regardless of which, we're getting the first one up because we have Andy, Izumo, and Tatiana all on the same team. And that alone, I'm pretty hyped for because they're off to find Unrepair and what's that? Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So we're going to be getting some, probably some pretty weird up and coming stuff just based off the fact that there's an enemy set up that isn't just another Uma or another monster. It looks like there might be like an opposing faction of other guys with powers. Maybe there's like a group that wants the apocalypse to happen and they're trying to thwart these guys in what they're doing in order to let Ragnarok occur. Something like that, which would make sense. You have guys who would be the ones, the best kind of opposite, like a group that wants to prevent the apocalypse. It's people who want to bring in the apocalypse. I would assume there's gotta be at least one group within their world that's like that. Maybe there's multiple enemy groups, but there's gonna be one focused on that. Unknown at the moment. I'm hyped to see where things kind of like are stirring up because right now they're going to a black market auction. And they're like talking about how like it's an auction that deals with negators, umas, and artifacts. So I'm guessing there's going to be a lot more negators out there in the world that are aware of things because as far as we knew, they were like either captured or dealt with, but we don't know if they're just kind of like all free roaming the world doing their own thing, and maybe there'll be like different gangs that have formed because of that. I don't know. We're still really early in the series. This is only chapter 21. We've only got so much information to kind of like give up. But then furthermore, we got like Izumo just like trying on these dresses because they have to go to like this party that leads into the auction. She's got to dress fancy. I mean, for the most part, she dresses pretty tomboyish. We know that she's clearly like got a very feminine like side to her, but this kind of setup is a little bit nerve-wracking for her. I think she should have went with that third one where she's got like the big open back and the slit on the side. That one looks really good. But anyway, I don't know. I like her, so I'm okay with seeing her all thought up looking fancy, especially when it's on a mission. They got stuff to do. They got places to get at. And I don't really see what other reason it would be to kind of prevent her from getting, just looking good. I'm hyped to see this. I'm hyped to see like what exactly she's going to be doing in this arc. Because we saw in the last one, she clearly had a level of use. She's clearly capable and she's clearly able to hold her own to a degree. So when that happens, I think that it will only further grow her character. Because while she was talking to Juiz, who I was right, I was right that she was female. I think that one is a little obvious, especially when you see someone like the boob edges. But the fact that that was her name, Juiz, and I assume that's how it's pronounced. I think it's French. I'd have to ask my French friend. But when you have this character, first off, like first named every time, I would guessing it that like they're reading out the names in order of rank. I would assume when they were like having the cool quest reward point. I'm just gonna assume that they were reading in rank of order. That just makes sense to me. But as it were, she's like talking to Izumo and like saying how like, oh, they're here to protect the earth and protect the people and stuff. But they're after like witnessing like all of her like how crazy her unlock power is, they think that it has such a strong like ability to it that it could eventually kill God. Which, what's funny is I've seen a lot of like memes when it comes to like Japanese games like JRPGs when it's like starts out farming and collecting potatoes, and then the last mission is like kill God and prevent something from happening. And that's kind of like how this is where it's heading. It didn't start out with so much as a simplistic beginning, but definitely is on the road for a very crazy end. If like the end series for Undead Unluck is targeting God to take them out so they can prevent the apocalypse. But And then we get back and we have like Andy just talking to Izumo. Like it's looking pretty nice. They're like getting all prepped up for this. They're having some nice just back and forth talking, and there's some funny stuff where he's doing the thing where he kind of like flirts with her, and she definitely is into him, but you can tell that she's nervous and a little shy, so she's like running and just having like a bit of a funny part. But after that, she just takes off her gloves, goes for a quick tap, and like a car runs into Andy, smashes him into the ocean to where he's attacked by like a great white shark, which I thought was pretty funny. But at the same time, just from that effect, just in when you look at like characters' powers and whatnot, she essentially had, like she's describing, like a combo like setup. It was a chain of bad events. So instead of just one thing, you can set up two things. Maybe she'll be able to set up like multiple amounts. Like there'll be like a like oh yeah like if it was oh yeah each of her touches of unluck. Maybe if it was counted for 10, you could do like 5 number 2 like level ones, and then like or maybe like 110 or 2 5s, you know what I mean, where she can disperse it out into like different acts of unluck amounting to the value that she puts on them, because we know there's definitely a value number whenever she uses it, depending on like how much physical contact is made for how long, and then her affections and her feelings and affections towards the individual that we know of, for obviously like Andy. And she clearly cares about Andy, so like he's gonna have more potent unluck cases than anybody else that we at least know of. After that point, they're just having some nice conversations, and Andy's like wondering, like, I don't actually know if Victor is like this real guy. Apparently, he's the original, and I think he might be right. So it's a little weird, He's like discussing how he knows he's not the original person, but at the same time, he's just kind of like weirdly mulling it over and acting like, oh, it's no big deal, but it's something. And you have Izumo just like discussing with him. She's gonna use her unluck to save him as many times as she needs, and she's never gonna like let him over, like to lose to Victor and let him just take full control. After that point, here comes in Tatiana. I'm very happy to see this character. I'm assuming, because I think Tatiana's a girl's name. I'm pretty sure it is. That we'll find out why this character is in a robot suit eventually. I do really like whenever they go and switch to like having the big like sparkling anime girl eye, but it's on the front of this robot. I still think that's pretty entertaining, and I'm hoping we get to see more of like the expressions for this character come from this robot eye. So pretty solid chapter. I think it was a pretty fast read though, and it was more of a setup chapter than anything. I mean, like we already knew where they were going. We knew what was planned. The only thing otherwise that we would got that I think wasn't as expected is like Ishui's having this interest in the unluck power already, and talking about how it's a potential setup to kill God if they can harness her power right. But other than that, like I said, pretty solid, nice setup chapter. I like the interactions with the characters, and I'm hyped to see Tatiana in this next arc, because like I said, I'm pretty interested in this character. Like out of the organization, the two of them that I most wanted to see is Tatiana and then the Guns dude. I think they're both pretty cool. But anyway, other than that, comment below, thumbs up the video, before the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But other than that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed, and I thank you all for listening. Bye.